Hello Bobcats, it's Miss Elza here, and I hope that you enjoyed our lesson today about the French artist Henri Matisse. And we learned about how he liked to use lots of bright colors, organic shapes, and all sorts of things to create his paintings, prints, and other masterpieces. So today we're going to be making a collage just like Henri Matisse, using lots of bright colors and organic shapes. So what you need to have out today, you need a background piece of paper that we're going to be gluing our other paper to. If you don't have construction paper at home and you just have computer or lined paper, you can go ahead and color that too. Like you could color a white piece of paper yellow and red and all these colors, and then cut out the shapes to glue them to your background paper. I'm going to be using a black piece of paper just because I think it makes the color pop a little more. So the first thing we're going to do, in our collage today, we're actually going to be making our own names. So I'm going to be writing Elza because that's my last name. You can do your first name or your last name. And for the sake of time, I went ahead and cut out some of these letters in advance. So we're going to be doing our name nice and big. Like I've got this E here. I feel like I made it a little bit too big though. And if you do have the papers cut into squares or rectangles, it does make it a little bit easier to cut that letter out. So I just went in and cut. Now I'm going to make it a little smaller just to make sure all my letters fit on the page. So I've got my E. Make my L a little smaller as well. L. I haven't cut my Z yet. I've got my A. So now I just need a Z in there. So I am going to use this paper. So for example, if I'm going to make a Z goes like this. And if you need to draw some lines down to help you cut out the shapes, that's cool. But if you want to try to just freehand cut like Henri Matisse would do, just to make things a little more organic and natural, you can just cut like I'm doing right now. So see there, I've got the bottom of my Z, the top of my Z, and my bottom of my Z. All right. There we go. And these letters are a little bit too big, so I'm going to shorten them. See, I still got my Z there. Might make my L a little shorter so we can fit. And see, I'm just kind of cutting some of it off to shorten it. And I can even use some of these scraps a little later on. So basically, you're cutting out all the letters for your first name or your last name, whatever you choose. So now that I've got those cut out and where I want them to be, I'm going to move them out of the way, and I'm going to do a little bit of gluing into the background. So I think I'm going to glue a green sheet down. And if you're using a bottle of glue, that's fine, or a glue stick is also fine. But what we want to do when we use a bottle of glue is just put dots of glue. We don't want to be putting puddles of glue or getting glue everywhere, also wasting glue. So we're just going to do dots of glue, and you really don't need as much glue as you think you do. So I'm just going to put that in the background, put a little more in the background. And these are just kind of floating squares in the back. Go. Might even make this one a little smaller for over here. Put that one up like that. All right, and then I'm going to come in and I am going to glue down my letters. So I've got my E, and you can even tilt them lightly, make them a little more fun. Got my L. Oh, and I notice here my L is kind of going to where I can't see because it's red on red. So then I just kind of cut a little piece of blue off, and I'm going to stick that right behind that so that we can see the rest of my L. All right. And come in with my Z. All right, good. We don't have any orange back there, so I don't have to do that again. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Z in. And if you've seen some of Matisse's work, and I'm going to upload a picture of one of his collages, everything's very fun and placed without much organization, so have fun with this. And then I've got my A to end it off. So I've got my Elza. There we go. Make sure everything's on the page. All right, so to make this look a little bit more like Matisse's work, we're going to go ahead and cut out some organic shapes. And for the sake of time, I have already gone in and cut out some of these organic shapes. So I've got like some lightning bolts, some swirls, circles, triangles, all sorts of things. So I'm just going to go in and try to glue those into areas. Like I wouldn't glue that red dot on the red because you wouldn't really be able to see it that well. So we want contrasting colors. There we go, putting a few dots of glue on my spiral there. Can even make that go over my L for fun. Glue some lightning bolts. Actually, I kind of want that, so since the glue is still wet, I kind of want to put this behind. So I'm going to peel that up. There we go. I like that a little bit better. See, everybody makes mistakes and it's easy to fix. And the cool thing about art is there's no wrong answer. So however you're doing it, as long as you're following the instructions for the project today, however you make it look is going to be good. I've also got some leaves here. I'll go ahead and put down. Looking pretty cool so far, I think. And this is something you can hang on your door or outside of your room. A little nameplate for you. This is a little bit too big, I think, so I'm just going to cut it down. And that was just like a blob shape. Because again, Matisse used a lot of organic shapes when he was collaging. All right, and I'll just go ahead and glue that maybe a little bit behind my E there. All right, just a few more. All right, guys, there we have it. So I hope everyone has enjoyed watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here so that you can get started on your project for the day. And I hope everyone enjoys this Henri Matisse inspired collage with your name. And I can't wait until you upload a photo to our Google Classroom. And that's so that I can see it and also that you can receive full credit for completing this assignment at home. I hope you all are doing well and you have a great rest of your day, Bobcats.